Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday Night Music Show. I am Brian, your host, and we've got the dream team here with us tonight.
Dream team.
Well, we got a camera with nobody at it. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, now we got the dream team tonight. We even got Brian K. And I came up with an idea as I was sitting on the toilet earlier that I thought would be interesting. I thought we'd just go with it.
Please share.
Okay.
TMI.
You know when
stuff happens.
Yeah. You know when you go to a gig and somebody comes up to you and asks you for a genre of music that you're completely unfamiliar with?
No.
Like you have no idea what they're talking about? I thought it would be fun to kind of go around the room, pick a couple of weird genres like that, and put together a small crate of like 4 or 5 songs that you could have on hand just in case this comes up. Because you don't need to be an expert in it, but if you have a little bit, and if it's the right stuff, you can throw it out there and you'd be okay. Kind of these emergency, oh no, what do I do crates. And I thought it would be interesting to start with something simple. John and I were talking the other night, and we're talking about 50s music and how most of those people are dead now. We don't have to.
It's really on a positive tip tonight, isn't it? You're on the toilet and people are dead. So far, so good.
Nobody already watches our shows. It's
okay. It's okay. No, except for Eric.
Find out.
What about me? Stop.
Nothing. So let's say the newer DJ out there isn't really familiar with 50s music. And I know when I was starting out, it was almost like one word, 50s, 60s is what they would say. So it was kind of like 1955 through maybe the early 60s. Right, John?
That's a good zone, sure.
It was all kind of the same thing.
Early 50s was very different than 1955 forward. So
Yeah. I mean, the Beatles changed everything when they hit big in like 64 or whatever. But, before that, it was all sort of interchangeable. Kind of, sort of. It was like one decade. Rock and roll didn't really kick off until 1955. So just to keep it simple, why don't we put together a crate? Everybody can contribute one track for 50s music. Your go-to 50s music crate. Somebody comes up and says, play some 50s and 60s music. What do you do?
50s and 60s, or you want to just do 50s to start?
Well, I'm as I suggested, it's kind of a decade. It's 55 to like 63, 64. It's all kind of interchangeable at that point. For the most part. But yeah, if you want to go purist 50s, that's just fine. I'll start. If I had to put one song into a 50s crate, it would be Bill Haley and the Comets' Rock Round the Clock.
That's great.
That's the track I would pick.
That's what I was going to pick.
John, what would you pick?
that's very, very good. That's the start of rock and roll. I would say you would have to have probably Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry.
Yeah. That'd be a really good one to have in there. Eric,
and these artists we're mentioning obviously have more in their library, but that's those are the big ones. Dig a little deeper. There's some good ones. So
maybe they heard them in the movie or something. Eric, what would you put in that crate?
Wake Up Little Susie, Everly Brothers.
Nice. Jay, do you have a contribution for us?
I do. I would go with something a little on the slower side, because I think you may want to do a slow dance, and I would go Only You by the Platters.
Very nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yep.
So, K-Dog, do you have something you'd like to contribute to our crate?
Well, I like a little Ricky Nelson, so I'm going to go Hello, Mary Lou.
Hello.
Ooh, that's a deeper one. That's cool. Damon, what'd you go with?
I'm going Twist and Shout, Isley Brothers.
Nice.
That was like 1956, I want to say, something like that.
If Brian K says Tutti Frutti, that's going to be awesome.
Oh.
How about Danny and the Juniors at the Hop?
Nice.
Sock hop stuff, yeah.
Nice.
That reminds me of
like that.
Hurricane Greedy soundtrack.
I like that.
Should we do one more round for 50s? Because there's some good stuff.
Sure. There's a
You
couple
want
more
to,
artists
go
we
for
didn't
it.
hit. Yeah.
I'm going to go Little Richard Tutti Frutti because you got to have some Little Richard.
A wop ba ba loo ba. Yep.
Womp, womp, womp.
John.
Yeah.
We'll take Roy Orbison for Pretty Woman.
Nice.
Wow.
Eric.
Summertime Blues, Eddie Cochran.
Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. Jay.
Trying to be diverse here, I'm going to go Mr. Richie Valens, La Bamba.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Right on.
I love that.
Trying to keep everybody happy on my floor.
Oh, Dona'd be a cool one to have in there too.
You would.
K-Dog.
When did you become K-Dog?
Because it says K-Dog on there.
Oh, just today.
Yeah. I'm going to go with that last Etta James.
Oh,
What year was that? I don't
That
even
was
know.
60 something, I think. If
Well,
I'm
early
honest.
60s. That's
I
fine.
think that was 60.
oh, Etta James.
Yeah.
I've been getting
Not a
requested
huge
a little bit.
That's fine. Damon.
Whole lot of shaking going on.
Very
Jerry
cool.
Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis. And Brian.
I was
Or
also
you took
picking-
Tutti Frutti.
No. I was also going to say Jerry Lee Lewis. Did we say Great Balls of Fire?
No,
No.
we did not.
That's another
It's a classic.
Yeah.
No one said the twist.
Nope.
But we all kind of already have it.
He's a one-hit wonder. He was one and done. So
No, he's
Yeah.
not.
Oh, he did. Let's twist again.
He had every song with the twist in the title.
if the twist is in the title, it was a good song from him. I think he did 5 of them.
Yeah, him and
Right.
Boris Pickett with Munster Mash and like every variation of Munster Mash. There's like 12 of them that he did.
Right. So what's another category we could tackle? We're putting together emergency crates for people who maybe are not familiar with the genre.
Why don't we just go up the ladder?
Let's do that. Let's do
50s, 60s. You like oldies country? Like oldies country?
Oldies
I think Jay was talking about decades.
Like
Just
he's doing the
decades of music.
60s? You could
General
also do
60s.
genres. I like John's idea about oldies country.
Well, where do you want to go?
Wow.
Either way.
Pick one.
Because I think some of the oldies country would fall into the 60s, wouldn't it, John?
Pretty much. It's a genre. It's
I mean,
different.
Patsy
though.
Before
Cline
you go back.
Crazy is a 60s track, I believe.
When I think of
That
classic
would be
country,
considered old.
when I think of classic country, I think of anything pre 1980. Is that wrong?
I think there's what I call old country, like Hank Williams country.
Yeah,
Right.
And
Eddie
there's
Arnold.
what I call real country, which is the 70s, Dolly Parton, Conway Twitty,
Yeah, that's when
George Jones.
it got on people's radar more. 'Cause they
Well,
were
what
on
folder are
TV
we
breakfast.
doing?
Let's do the 60s and then we'll do country.
You want to just go through the years first, all the way up to nows, and then go back and do
and
specific
we'll do genres.
genres?
Yeah, that
Sure.
works.
So
Actually,
we got it by
that-
decades. We can knock the decade.
All
All
right.
right, so now we're in the 60s.
60s.
Yeah.
Okay. 60s. I'm going to kick it off with Beatles. Do I want to just twist and shout, or I saw her standing there? Screw it. Put them both in there. They're good to have.
Yeah.
John.
For the Beatles. Okay. Beatles.
Well, no,
Good
that's
for
just what I picked.
Yeah. 60s had a lot of interesting stuff. I've got more than one 60s folder. I have like a pop 60s. I have a hippie 60s. I have R&B 60s.
Uh-huh.
Give me those.
You know, it's just because if you're in one lane, you can wander in and out of both. But if you're really trying to stay, like Beatles are kind of more pop rock, just like Stones.
We're
Like
just
you
doing
say,
emergency
like Brown Sugar or
crates.
something. Emergency
Yeah.
crates. Yes, yeah. Stick Brown Sugar in from the Stones.
Which one?
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. Is that 60s? Is that 71?
I think
No,
it's
that's-
70s. I think, wasn't that Exile? That was 70,
I
71.
think so.
That was early stuff. It was like
Somebody
66,
Google.
67.
Yeah.
I don't have my.
We got Jay the
Absolutely.
fact checker. He's going to
Okay.
check this one
Yeah,
out.
check it out. If it isn't, then obviously it is. We could do Satisfaction or
I
something.
think it was right there with Wild Horses.
Mm.
While Jay's fact checking you, and that's fine. You can put that in there. Eric,
Yeah.
what do you got?
Well, you gave two. I'm going to give two.
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to give the Beach Boys, Fun, 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 and God Only Knows.
Great. Both great.
But God
Both
Only
great.
Knows was also re-released in the 80s, was it not? Or
Don't know, but I'm just thinking to myself, if I was going to do two Beach Boys songs, one of them had to be "Don't Worry, Baby."
Surfing Safari, or
There you go.
Surfing USA, whatever.
Okay,
I get
There's
around.
Every
five Beatles or Beach
Right,
Boys songs
whatever.
for you.
Yeah.
Jay's still fact checking, so we'll skip him.
Get it?
We'll go to K Dog.
I'm going to go with one I play
Go with-
regularly. That's a slow one.
Which one?
Ooh.
Unchained Melody.
Oh, yeah, nice,
I'll
perfect.
play that one. And then for another one, I will go with. I haven't really thought of another one. I'm always looking at the slow ones. I don't know, a Beatles song. I don't know, Help. Need somebody.
I need somebody.
Damn it.
Oh, I
71.
need somebody.
April 71.
71.
Brown Sugar.
Yeah, so we'll have to kick it back to
71.
Satisfaction or an older one.
Yeah, perfect.
Wah, wah.
That'd
Diamond.
work.
I'm going Temptations, My Girl.
Oh,
I was thinking about a Motown folder because that's
Okay.
almost a separate thing. But yeah, that's good. That's good. Temps.
Yeah.
Brian.
And then I was going to go with Dancing in the Street, Martha and Vandellas.
Oh, see, he's just putting our Motown folder together for us.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
that was
Those are
my
good songs
60s.
to
That's
have.
my 60s right there.
Yeah. I understand.
All
Brian.
good stuff.
You got a cool 60s song?
For my favorite movie from one of my favorite movies, Stand By Me, Benny King.
Nice.
Nice.
Great one.
Great song.
I'm thinking a good dance song for DJs to have in a folder where it's like emergency 60s. I can't get my head away from Young Rascals' Good Lovin'. It just seems like a really good song to put. Good.
Yeah.
Was that 60s? Yeah. Of
That would
course.
be like
For a
the
dance
party,
song for
party
DJ.
folder.
Yeah.
Totally.
60s party. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm doing another round. I didn't tell you. You know, for a show?
Yeah, that's all right. We'll
I
go.
haven't
We'll go
even
another.
gone yet.
No, yeah, you
You didn't go?
Yeah,
Oh,
No,
you
I
actually
haven't
were
even
fact
Oh, I
checking.
was
gone.
waiting for Jacob.
I was fact checking.
71.
Sorry.
So we'll
Okay,
save
I'm
that one
sorry.
for the next round.
Sorry. So 60s, I would go with CCR, Looking Out My Back Door.
Wow. Right on.
And as a second track, I'm going to go with the Mamas and the Papas, California Dreamin'.
All right. Do you want to do another one, John?
Yeah, we can do another 60s round. There's still plenty more left.
Go ahead.
so many of 60s.
Tons. I'd take the Monkeys for the original I'm a Believer.
Ooh, that's
Nice.
a good one.
Nice. He
Yeah,
shoots his
that's a good one.
swords. Beautiful.
That's a
Eric.
good one.
All right, 60s. Let's just say, see, he already brought up. I was thinking Neil Diamond, but I think, was he late 60s with like Shiloh or
No, that's 70s.
is it 70s?
Yeah,
Primarily.
that was from.
He was doing mostly writing in the 60s. His 70s was kind of his solo career thing.
I was trying to
Chris
get
Hits.
some Neil
He
Diamond
wrote-
from there, but I guarantee you it'll be more. But how about Respect, Aretha Franklin?
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate
Hey,
single.
dog. I'm so
I
good.
thought for sure Neil started in the late 60s.
He
He
did.
did.
I gotta look. Yeah.
Cherry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cherry Cherry's old enough.
I
Franklin
fact,
Rosie, yeah.
I fact checked myself before I.
Okay.
I thought they were in that area. The one is really close.
Yeah,
Build
close.
Me Up, Buttercup, and Sweet Pea.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Mine.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
That was
Hammond.
mine.
I'm going to go with the Beatles. I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Right on.
That's all I got for that one right now.
That's okay. That's okay. and one more from Brian for the 60s.
Yeah, you just stole my Build Me Up Buttercup.
Sweet Caroline's probably 60s. Yeah, isn't it? 70,
I think.
I think it
Close.
is.
Right on the bubble.
Led Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love.
Wow.
Oh, that one.
That's
Love. That's on 4.
Is that
that's
four?
70s.
That might be
Two.
70s.
Oh, is it
That's
70s?
70s, I think.
70s? Oh, okay.
You want Zeppelin, you got to go in like Communication Breakdown, Dazed and Confused. Like the first album.
First record. Yeah.
Can't Help Falling in Love from Elvis.
That's 50s, but it needed to be.
I think it's
somewhere.
Yeah, we never said Elvis. No one said Elvis. We went right past him in the 50s.
No, the
I almost
dog,
said-
nothing.
Yeah.
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 I think it's 60s, Brian.
Is it?
I think it is. Let me look.
Maybe I'm thinking Love Me Tender.
I'm assuming that at my
Songs
party,
in
I'm
the
going to
50s,
have a
those
bunch
50s.
of drunk Irish people. So I'm going to amaze them by hitting the Standells, Dirty Water, and following it with Mr. Van Morrison, Brown Eyed Girl.
Very
Van
nice.
Morrison's perfect. Yep.
You do so many from Van Morrison. So, should we do a 70s?
Yeah.
Mobile DJ emergency crate?
This
I
is
don't know what
another
the place
decade
is
that could
saying.
have like 30 different crates in it.
Yeah.
And then it could all cross over, but general.
Oh, are we
70.
ready? Can't Help Falling in Love. Release date 1961.
Wow.
Good call, Brian. What are you, a DJ?
Older than I
Your
remember
name- I
that.
didn't see your name complaining about our release. Oh, never mind.
Oh. Yeah, that song, it just feels like it's been around forever, like since the beginning of time. That's when it was really old.
Well, like I said, I think of 50s and 60s, that first decade. 55 through 64.
And I understand that.
And I think musically it was very much like that. Then the Beatles came along and changed it all. Then you started hearing things like incense and peppermints, and it got different. That was 60s. But and Motown and such. But if we're doing 70s songs people are going to get up and dance to, as a general crate, I think maybe the first track I might throw in there would be ABBA's Dancing Queen.
Oh, you got one there.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a classic. People will definitely get up and dance.
They're going to dance to it. What do you got, John?
I'd say you should be dancing Bee Gees right behind that. If you're going to do one, you do the other, because that's got the energy. That still hits. I played that Saturday, and it just
I haven't played that. I always go to Staying Alive. I haven't done anything else. But that's
104 though. It's slow.
I always wanted to do You Should Be Dancing though.
It's just boom, boom, boom. Just comes in with like so much energy.
It comes in with a ton of energy. Yeah. You get the right crowd. That's a banger.
Go ahead, Eric.
Speaking of Elvis, I'll switch gears. I'm going to do Burning Love.
Wow, yeah, that's a 70s track. Yeah. Absolutely.
71, 72, maybe around there.
Elvis's movie phase. Yes. Gonna make a movie about everything. He's gonna be a race car driver. Going to the moon. He's gonna be.
It's the most contemporary song I could think of that he did. I mean, that's the newest sounding thing he ever did. Jay, what do you got for 70s?
Well, since we're going movies and 70s, I have to go to a classic that is oftentimes not only forgotten about.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, yes, Mother Jugs and Speed, the theme Dance, Dance, Dance by Mr. Paul Jabara.
Oh.
Writer of Last Dance for Miss Donna Summer. Roxbury's own.
Fact. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up next, Joe Bonamassa.
Is he here? Is he here?
Maybe born in the late 70s?
Man.
I don't know.
Can he come back? Can he come back in November 1st?
K-Dog.
One I still play regularly, YMCA.
Nice. Damon.
Well, I got to bring some P-Funk into this, and I got to play Knee Deep by Parliament Funkadelic.
That is a nice track.
Damon's at a different party than us.
He's at the cool kids party, man. It's a cookout and all these.
Yeah, I want to go to the Damon's party. I think the food's probably better there.
I can smell the barbecue from here.
They're using spices on their potato salad. I'm just saying.
There's paprika in these potatoes.
What's this red stuff?
Let me fix your plate. Yeah, my mama's gonna fix your plate.
Who made the corn, Brian?
Brian, what you got?
This one's for Jay. We'll do Walk This Way from Aerosmith.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Toxic Twins. Nice.
Okay, this is very much a comeback track that I felt like disappeared for a long time, but now it's almost like you have to play it if you've just got that group of people. Brandy, Looking Glass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Brandy earlier.
That's a fringe. Yeah. You know what? I think that's the next yacht rock phase. Is going to be the soft rock 70s.
Fathered in now. Yeah, it's it's not.
It's nautical.
It's yacht rock.
Yacht.
Yacht. NYA.
You're gonna get the C in there.
Yeah.
Okay, final round, John. What you said?
Yeah, some of that stuff came close. I'm going to do Can't Take My Eyes Off You with Frankie Valli and Four Seasons.
I love you, baby.
It's a good one.
Eric.
Yeah. I get a kick line going with that one.
We're still doing 70s.
One more round, yeah.
Blue Suede, Hooked on a Feeling.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a fun one.
I like that version.
I'm torn between something that'll get under Damon's skin and a fun song.
I almost spit that out.
I want to. You know what? I'm going to have to go with two. I'm afraid I'm going to go with Starland Vocal Band with Afternoon Delight because it'll go over because the people will know it. They're requesting 70s, and especially for my man from the Detroit vicinity. We're going to have to bring in Miss Vicki Lawrence with That's the Night the Lights Were Down.
You own that song for a week again.
That's in his head right now.
Damn, I thought we were all friends.
What's the sheriff's name again?
Oh, I can hear it now. That's the night the lights went out in Georgia.
So can I.
The judge had bloodstains on his hands.
He did, as a matter of fact. That was reported.
Somebody needs to write a happy song about Georgia.
Yeah.
Well, sister, don't miss when she shoots her gun.
An up-tempo song about Georgia would be nice.
and work in the Tallahatchie Bridge
We're all
somehow.
sad.
Move it to Georgia.
Yeah.
K-Dog.
Oh, classic. Old time rock and roll. Mr.
Good
Seeger.
pick. Good pick. There you go. Great pick.
Still play.
Some rock in this. This is really good. Damon.
Oh, man. Okay. This is one of my favorite songs right here. Bobby Caldwell. What you want to do?
Oh, you won't do for love.
Sends the earworm back to Jay.
Yeah.
I can smell
Spoiler
the
alert,
barbecue.
he's
I'm
white.
not kidding.
Yeah.
I think that's mesquite wood they're cooking with.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Even the wood has seasoning. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Ryan.
The first CD I ever bought. This is actually from Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2.
That is 80s, isn't it?
I think it's
79.
79.
Okay. Okay.
right in the
Honorable mention will go with You Light Up My Life.
Oh,
God.
Wow.
Dude, play that?
That was on a disc called Party Killers that I bought. And it wasn't the kind of killing of the party you wanted.
Maybe during
Having
dinner.
My Baby was on there. And
During dinner. Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
when
Shannon-
Debbie Boone is played, you know there's raisins in the potato salad.
And the cookies are raisin cookies.
you're on, people start collecting the glasses and turning the lights down. I'm like, you guys can go anytime you want. It's
6:30.
You know what the worst part of raisin cookies are? They look like chocolate chip cookies. You think you're getting a chocolate chip cookie, you bite into it, you're like, shit. And then you have to eat it if the person who made them is there. Oh, do you like my cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Except for the raisin part. Imposters they were.
Yeah. That's the most evil bait and switch in the bakery world. It's terrible.
Do you think there's big problems in the world, folks? No, the issues are things like raisins in the cookies.
Look, it's
That's
okay
what we're
to
combating.
Just don't eat cookies in the dark. You know,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's a good song, Cookies in the Dark. That's a great track.
Just be sure to have your reading glasses with you when you're picking cookies out at the party.
Yeah.
They'll do that. They'll put the
Real
chocolate chip and raisin side by side in like two.
Yeah,
rooms.
magnified
You're like,
glasses. Is that what I want or not?
A or B.
Yeah, that California raisins vibe goes real fast.
Next category. What should we do? Should we do just again? You can go all kinds of places with this. Should we go general 80s?
We can do general ladies.
Yeah.
What do you
Man.
mean by general ladies?
Man,
Just-
there's a million ways to go.
Someone walks up. This is what I mean, and it's a good question, Eric.
yeah.
When someone walks up to you and says, "Play some 80s music,"
Okay.
it's
well,
a general request.
I
Now
need
you
more
could
information.
say, "What do you mean by that? Do you want freestyle? Do you want rock? Do you want
Right.
pop? Do you want Brit Invasion?" But you don't. You say, "Okay," and you play.
What sounds 80s?
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
that's
ready.
what I'm talking about. And I'm going to give you an 80s song. And I could do 1,000 rounds on this.
Yeah, we could do 3 easily. Yeah.
But I'm going to try to give you the bangers. Like the biggest bang for your buck. Like it just always works. Throw it on. It's going to be fine.
No one's going
Texas
to
Midnight Runners, Come On Eileen is my
Yeah,
favorite.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's got to be one of the quintessential 80s,
Quintessential,
no
that's a
question,
key word.
where that's
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
John.
Take Mr. Young watching us in the replay. I want a new drug, Huey Lewis, because that'll keep him
Right,
down.
some Huey Lewis.
I love
Somebody wants their own show, I see.
No,
Yeah, really. Eric.
Show him some love.
I made a Facebook post about this song. Don't You Want Me? Human League.
Beautiful.
That's
Beautiful.
a great
track.
80s track.
I
Great-
love that
And a
song.
sing along,
Yeah.
too, which is a bonus.
Yeah, and everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm influenced by Eric on this one. I'm going to go with the closing song from the last episode of The Sopranos, Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Nice.
There you go.
If you're not playing that, you're missing out.
Beautiful.
Huge.
Sing along.
K-Dog.
Did he name himself? You can't name yourself.
He
I
named
mean,
himself.
we got to have this.
I mean, yeah, the streets are supposed to give you your nickname, man.
That's why he's still Kevin.
But here the streets have no name.
Hey, K-Dog, you know why they make sidewalks?
So you stay out of the street?
No, because the M&F streets ain't for everybody.
It's not that Sesame Street episode.
Streets of
I'm
Ohio.
going to go with a classic that everybody still plays. I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Great pick.
Still
Great
banger.
pick. I like it. That should be in everybody's 80s folder.
Yeah.
80s cheat folder.
Yeah.
And not a remix, the original.
Damn it.
What?
1999.
Oh, beautiful.
Prince himself.
Was a-
That is a great pick.
No, we're
For
talking
Prince
about 80s.
He was ahead of his time.
Once you hear that opening beginning of that song, it summons the whole everybody to the dance floor.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a great light show, too, in the beginning of that.
And I'm a stupid Prince fan. I love Prince, but when I'm DJing, the only choices usually for most general crowds is either Kiss or 1999. Those are the ones you play.
Yeah.
You don't drop
There's a
Little
lot of
Red
options, but
Corvette?
those are the ones you play. Pardon?
You never drop Little Red Corvette? And as I say this, I'm thinking, I don't think I've played Little Red Corvette in 20 years.
No, it's got the real down tempo beginning.
Yeah, it's 1999. Or,
Yeah.
I used to do things like
Well,
Delirious,
well,
Let's
that
Pretend
goes
We're
up and
Married. I used to do a lot of things, but just general audiences,
yeah.
Kiss or 1999 are the two tracks you play.
Yeah, this is
Chase
mayonnaise
nuts.
is on every piece of bread audience.
Exactly.
No spice in the potatoes at all.
Everybody knows it. Everybody digs it. If they
Starch.
don't know it, they'll dig it. That's the other thing, too. If they don't know it, they'll still dig it.
Yeah.
That's important.
100%.
Brian.
I have to go with my girl, Tiffany. Think we're alone now.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice 80s song.
Mhm.
You guys want to do one more round of 80s?
Let's go.
Oh,
Could do
sure.
3 more.
You do 50.
I'm gonna tap into some stuff that I haven't tapped into for a long time, but I'm pretty confident it's gonna work. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be the way to go. And that's gonna be the Go-Go's We Got the Beat.
Oh, yes.
Good choice. I think it's 79, though.
Great track.
No, that's
No,
80.
Beauty and the Beat was an 80 or 81 album.
81.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Lips Are Sealed. That was 79.
That was on the same album, Beauty and the Beat.
Okay, we got to do a fact check.
Fact checking.
Fact check.
fact check.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm
saying
gonna say it's 80.
1980 on that.
Definitely
Maybe
80.
I don't think the
81,
Go-Go's
not
existed.
79.
Go-Go's
It's
didn't
not a
exist.
79
70s.
album.
Oh, no, definitely not 79.
No. It's
I'm
definitely-
probably wrong.
79.
You are wrong.
I'm 100% right. It was released in 1973. See, I told you.
Uh,
Now, Goode released July of 1981. I'm in my head trying to remember in high school what grade I was in when it came out. I thought I was a sophomore, but I guess I was a junior.
It was all those Quaaludes you were popping.
No, that's the
Breathing all those diesel fumes from the California
the
pollution.
diesel
You guys-
fumes.
You guys are making me forget what I wanted to say.
You get time to pull it
I had
back
a
up.
good one.
There's only 700 million songs from the 80s that
Right.
would fit this round.
So we got the
I don't know.
beat 80s, yes. And even if it was released in 1972, it's associated with 80s because it's the
it sounds like 80s.
opening track of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I don't think
that.
it was 70s at all.
We got
It
a
was
beat. We
No,
got
it's
the beat.
we
81.
got the beat is the opening
We
track for
got-
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
The beat.
The movie starts with
We got
We Got
the
the Beat.
I always think it was Jackson Brown or the Tom Petty. She's
Jackson
an
Brown was
Girl.
the song that the girls losing your virginity to in the
That's it. In
Yeah.
the
opening where they're walking around the mall. It's We Got the
Okay.
Beat.
we got the
Yep.
beat. Okay.
John,
Yeah, I've got that soundtrack. I love
Yeah.
that soundtrack.
You know, what I brought back to life that I actually got a pretty good response with this weekend was Bananarama. I played Venus, and it turned out
Nice.
a pretty massive sing-along, and all the women just ran to the dance floor.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
Yeah.
one.
just
it
lit
is
the
a
fire
really
up
good
there
one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, Bananarama. That sounds painful.
You keep thinking of your song.
I'm gonna say Jesse's Girl, Richmond.
Nice. I like it. Jay.
I got to stay on the rock tip. We're going to go a little AC/DC. Shook me all night long.
That is a great choice. That is an
Well, that was
excellent
from
choice.
63, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
or 42 or something. I don't know.
30.
Could have been on any of their 20 records. They've always sounded the same.
I had that on 78. K-Dog. Give us one.
I'm going to go and do I don't play it very often, but I do get occasions to play it. It's got a little dance routine to some people. It's called Fishing in the Dark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Nitty
Gritty
Dirt
Dirt
Band.
Band. Yes.
Damon.
Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Around.
There you go.
It's 80s.
Yep, that's definitely that. I mean, that got played constantly
Yeah.
when I was teaching back in the olden days.
When you play Venus, you come after that with that and just be like, damn. Yeah, that packed dance floor.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Brian.
Relax.
Ooh,
Beautiful from Frankie.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That would be the one to play too.
That,
This is the
Even though
family.
you could pull off two tribes, but I don't think the majority would
play
know it.
Relax.
Relax
They'd
is the
play Relax.
song.
It's just good. It doesn't matter that it's filthy. It's good. It's so good. You ignore that it's filthy. It's good.
Yeah, it's
Still play the video. Still play the video.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
You'll be all
let's go with genres now instead of the 90s.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go 90s, but
By the way, before we skip the 80s, is there any artist that anyone? I've got an artist in my head that I'm thinking I'm surprised none of us mentioned for
Same.
Oh, there's tons.
yeah.
right.
Tons.
Is there anyone that really like?
Madonna.
I'm surprised no one said Madonna.
Exactly.
Madonna
Madonna's
was
the
the
elephant in
one.
the room. So yeah.
Yeah,
what
that's the one I
what-
was like. I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to say Madonna. Oh, someone else will.
Nah, I
Cindy
was leaving a low
Lauper.
fruit.
Yeah.
I was trying not to pull a low fruit. So
Yeah,
I was just
And
thinking
it
of
was-
general 80s things. And the one I'm surprised nobody brought up that I think is just if somebody says, when you think 80s, you almost hear it in your head. Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah.
One that
yeah.
nobody said.
That's had legs afterwards.
Yeah, people know it and they get a kick out of it.
And still today, they love that.
Oh, yeah.
nobody said MJ. I mean, shit. It was,
Yeah,
He almost
that's
feels like
the
his own
other one.
genre, though.
yeah.
Yeah, his stuff is like it's not that timed. It seems
It transcends.
Yeah.
You know what? And I heard someone say this real quick, comparing the first Van Halen album with Sammy Hagar against the first David Lee Roth album. There was a shootout, and someone made a really valid point I never thought of. They said 5150 by Van Halen sounds dated because it sounds too 80s, and they're like, why? And they're like, because he's using electronic drums.
That's true.
And I'm like, yeah, he is, and it does sound dated. But Michael Jackson didn't use electronic drums. He had Porcaro and other people in there playing
On
real
that
drums.
album, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it doesn't have that feel of this is here and now. It was more like this is just a musical thing.
I think, and I've thought this. I don't know if I've ever verbalized it or not, but it seems like in the 80s there were so many new sounds that were coming out that people were getting equipment and they were in the studio and they were fooling around and they would come up with something and say, hey, this is pretty dope. Let's do a song around this. So you got like, we were talking about the 808 drum machine the other night.
Mhm.
Right.
And there are songs that just feature the 808. Like, yeah, there are songs that use the 808 because it's a classic now. But there are songs that the whole percussion of the whole song is 808.
The song was basically built
How to
around the
tell
drum.
when it was made.
Yeah.
You know, Lindrum.
Fairlights and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Somebody owned one that they were talking. I saw an interview on either Rick Beato or somebody, and they said that they bought a Fairlight for like $100,000, and they ended up just using it constantly when they did production. Like, oh, here you got a problem. Let's get the Fairlight out. We'll just put this. We'll do this.
Well,
We'll do
I'm
that.
sorry. If I spent $100,000 on a piece of equipment,
Oh, I'd use it
fuck out
every
of
2 seconds too.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
with me at night. Yeah,
Fairlight CMI was everything from Art of Noise and Yes and ZZ Top to Jane Child.
Yeah.
French
No,
used it
100%.
a lot. I mean, freaking Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls. I mean, come on, that's quintessentially 80s. So that instrument is an 80s instrument. I can't think of anyone besides Prince who used a Fairlight beyond the 80s. And he only used it for one album beyond the 80s. But anyway, I regress.
Yeah.
What genre should we guys do? Should we do how about we do it like this? I got an idea. What if we did an old school R&B folder? Somebody comes up and wants to hear some old school R&B. You got to qualify, well, how old school? But what are some bangers you could throw into a folder for some old school classic R&B?
No.
What are you thinking? I mean, just kind of for general audiences. You don't got to part the Red Sea with this. You just got to get by. My first choice, I think, would probably be for a general audience, Rick James Super Freak.
Well, that's 80s.
Like, it doesn't matter. It's R&B.
You said general R&B. General R&B.
Old school R&B. Old school could be 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh, yeah, here I am trying to think of,
stuff from the 40s when you were a kid. No, you don't have to go back.
Oh, no, but...
Yeah, the ink spots.
They're all dead.
Go ahead, John.
Well, like the one we were talking about the other night, Alexander O'Neill and Sherelle doing Saturday Love. That has just kind of
that's
pretty smooth groove. You know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. Eric.
See, I was thinking back in the 70s, so I'm still going to use
it. Could be 70s.
It could be 70s too.
I'm going to say OJ's Used to Be My Girl. Would that count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
R&B?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Jay, old school R&B.
If I'm wrong, I've got a backup, but I'm going to go Spinners, Rubber Band Man.
No, you're not wrong.
I love that.
You're not wrong at all. That's a great song.
Still a great song.
Hey, dog. I'm trying to articulate it different every time. Hey, dog.
You got to say it with the AWG. Dog.
Dog.
I'm not sure this qualifies. Disco Inferno?
Yeah, Traverse, I guess that would be kind of a disco R&B thing. I will qualify it.
Like Only Takes a Minute would kind of be like that, more of the...
Yeah. But I mean, I was really kind of just thinking of, oh crap, I don't know much about old school R&B. They're asking for it. You know, what would I throw? Would I throw Disco Inferno on, or would I throw Gap Band on? You know, what would I do?
Oh, Drop the Bomb on Me?
Or something like that, yeah. Which is a great song.
That's a good one, too.
Okay.
I used to play that a lot when I played the Mattel B-17 Bomber.
That is...
Okay.
Very specific.
All right.
What?
Damon.
D-Train, You're the One for Me.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a jam.
I love that track. It is a nice song. And people will
showing off a little. Sorry, I guess not my
No, it's a good song.
Sorry, I guess not
at the barbecue over there. It's kind of better every minute. He's got a soundtrack.
It's a nice song.
Have you guys ever had okra like this? Because I'm just telling you.
It's not that deep, Jay.
No. Stuff's happening over there.
Old school R&B.
Well, R&B is not my forte.
Right. This is why you would cheat Fuller for You would be good.
And is like 2000s considered?
Yeah, there's R&B in the 2000s, sure.
Like, how about In the Club?
Yeah, you could.
Is that like that's my one to go to when somebody says an R&B and stuff? I put that on.
So this folder is for you, and this is exactly what I was talking about with this show.
Dude.
If there's genres you're not familiar with, here's some cheat
At
folders.
least you got something.
Just take. You got something. If you're lost.
See, when I think of like the songs you're talking about, I would consider those oldies. I wouldn't consider them.
But they're R&B. They are oldies. They're R&B oldies.
They still are.
Old school R&B.
You see me like the clubs that I was playing back in the early 2000s. They wouldn't want that. They would want the 50 Cent stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's a different genre than what I'm talking about. But that's okay. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you could throw in there, and we could go on and on about. But there's some cheats.
Oh. Can I add one for honorable mention that I just thought of that used to be like a secret weapon song?
Of course.
The group was called Imagination, and the song was Just an Illusion.
Yes.
And it was in the movie FX, and I remember watching it in the movie, and I went and hunted that song down because it was on the soundtrack.
Okay, well, if we're all going to do honorable mentions, I'm going to do mine, and it's all very, you know, this is general audience R&B stuff. I'm going to go The Time with Jungle Love.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great.
I forget about that song. I really do. I got to get that pushed back in.
Speaking of
I think it would go over well, but it's one of those tracks you just forget.
Well, what about like, and I shouldn't do two, but I'm doing Cool in the Gang Jungle Boogie. I mean,
that's a great one too.
It's a good funky one. That's
Cool in the Gang, a band that can go from 110 to 130, just like that.
In the same time. Yes.
It's so funny. They did Summer Madness, they did Jungle Boogie, and they did Let's Go Dancing. I mean, it's just the same band. I guess so.
And they did that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which doesn't sound anything like Cool in the Gang. Like on the first album, it's like,
yeah.
Eric, what do you got?
Oh, we're doing another one?
Yeah.
Where are you in this show or a different one? What show are you on?
I don't know. I have no idea. I heard John, then Brian, then I thought they were just bringing up honorable mention.
We need to give you a white cane to follow along, don't we?
If you get another
have one
that we haven't mentioned.
If you don't, that's fine.
How about Lady, you bring me up, the Commodores?
Yeah,
Commodores. Great one.
Good.
This is a good pick for some.
That's a great one.
And they got many others, but that was just the one.
This is so your sweet spot, too.
Well, how about another genre? We'll jump out of this one. We'll go into something.
I'm throwing mine in real quick.
Yeah.
Force MD's Tender Love.
Oh,
there you go.
Nice song.
Hold on. Let me fact check this because I think that's more of a adult contemporary. But hold on.
Oh, I would call it R&B. No,
Jay, hold up your card real quick. Hold up your card.
Okay.
It's in my wallet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the one. I'll get that card out.
Right next to my condom.
It's broken.
XL.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
somebody want to pick another genre? Anybody want to pick another genre?
You know what's really on fire right now is 90s.
Yeah.
90s is hot
90s
right
are
now.
on fire.
Eric, you were saying something?
Yeah, let's go with country because I know Jay's going to suck at it. Brian, you'll suck at it. And let's just go around the room.
Oh, he's going to start naming artists that don't even exist. You watch.
Oh, please.
Yeah, it's just you, me and K-Dog the only ones
Dolly
talking here.
Monenheiser with her famous song "My Truck and Dog Died."
We don't know who's watching this. We don't know.
Okay, fine. Lightning round the country. I'm terrible at it, but I'm going to throw some country out there. Okay.
Each one has to do two. Okay, Eric, we'll make it even better.
We have to do two.
What? Two at the same
Old
time.
country.
Tracks.
Go.
Okay, so this is for general audiences, right?
General audience.
Whatever.
Survival country crazy.
Okay, my older country, which in my brain is older, would be Johnny Cash Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
And then my more contemporary country, which sounds ridiculous to you, and it is ridiculous because it's like 40 years old, would be Mountain Music, Alabama.
Beautiful. See, you don't suck at this. Go ahead.
Well, I can do the emergency stuff, but I can't start playing Elmer Dinkley and
Yeah, no one's gonna know Elmer Dinkley.
yeah.
I'm looking up at Damon, going, "What Darius track is he picking?"
Yeah, I know. All right, so we'll go all these.
Okay.
All these will take Kenny Rogers Gambler.
Nice.
Right?
Oh, that's
For something
sweet.
new we're going to do last night, Morgan Wallen, because that's hot right now. You should be
I had
playing
heard I had heard from a reliable source, and I don't have the. I'm not brave enough to test it, but I've heard that The Gambler is a banger for Indian audiences.
Indian?
I believe it. I believe it.
I've
You know who we
heard
could check
that
that
is a
with?
secret weapon for Indian. I don't know why.
You know who we could check that with? We could text our friend in Detroit.
That's who told me this.
Then it's true.
And I'm wondering he's either
Naveen
punking
said
me
it,
or
it's
it's true. It's one or
it's
the
gotta
other.
be true.
Doesn't seem to make sense, but it's oddly strange enough that it could possibly be 100%
It's a
right.
sing along that they love.
Yeah,
Like
that doesn't shock me.
And I don't know why, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. Sorry.
It's 100%. Yeah, why would
Eric.
you say it if it's not true?
Eric.
All right. George Jones, White Lightning. Randy Travis, Forever and Ever, Amen.
That's a nice one.
Great track.
That is a great track.
Great track.
I would go and just, it's Jay's turn. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. There's so many. I gotta throw my friend Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places in there.
Yep.
Great pick.
And then I want to go more old school. You know what? Because it'll make
Friends in Low
even the
Places is like
strongest
40 years
man
old.
cry in the room. We're going Dolly Parton, Coat of Many Colors.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Wow.
Yay.
They're crying now.
I don't know that one, so.
So
It's good.
I'm going to take some drag and drop stuff. And I'm going to take your nitty gritty dirt band, Fish in the Dark, and I'm going to drag and drop it into the country folder because that was your choice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it there. Give us another really good country song.
Well, a classic that I play, not all the time, but a lot of the times. Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
That's a really good one. But, I usually do the pop edit of that. How about you guys?
Yeah.
I'd have to look.
Yeah.
No.
I put that in my country.
Yeah. Well, there's a country edit. There's a pop edit though.
Oh,
I think I do the pop edit of that one.
I play the pop edit.
Pop
of that,
edit,
it's a great song.
unless you're listening to a specific country station, the radio stations mostly played the pop edit. But
if you don't like that one, how about I'll take up?
No, I like it. I was just
that's
curious.
Okay.
Like when you look when they're playing, like I think Revlon used it or somebody like in a commercial.
Well, she did her next release, her album. They did like 3 different versions. There was a green, a blue, and a red. So depending on which one you bought, it was either the country, pure country, pop, or like dance remixes of all the same songs. So yeah, she knew how to.
Oh yeah, the remix
play many cards.
Yeah,
you know.
And every once in a while, I'll try to play From This Moment, and it's this like ridiculous sounding EDM thing.
It's got this long intro.
I have to delete that file. I make that mistake more than once.
Yeah, the intro is like 38 seconds long.
Like, oh no, Damon, give us a country song.
I'm about to fuck y'all up with this one. Elvira.
Nice. It was on the tip of my tongue earlier.
That was mine.
It was on the tip of my tongue earlier.
That was mine.
I went
shoots, he scores.
And then the other one is My Kind of Night by Luke Bryan.
All right. Brian. You look like a country guy.
He stole my Elvira because that's one of my go-to karaoke songs.
Yeah.
Let me hear you say papa, mama. Hurry up.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
There you go.
I owe silver away.
Well,
it's okay. You can tap.
My mind just completely blank.
I'll go for you, Brian. I'll go for you because I have 2 more that are in my brain that have to be
2 more too.
Well, then let's just keep going for the country.
Whatever.
Okay. One I never hear, but I should hear, and one I hear, and you got to have it. The one you got to have is John Denver. Think I'm a country boy. You got to have that one.
Yeah, you got to have that.
Oh yeah.
The one that I think should come back. I personally think it should come back. And if I started playing it for that crowd, they'd be like, "Oh my god, this is cool." John Anderson's Swingin'.
Swinging.
Swinging.
I like it, but never goes anywhere.
Yeah. He had another one too, though. What was it? Anyway. But yeah, Swinging, that was his big one.
And you know, speaking of John Denver, Take Me Home Country Roads is a big sports anthem for.
You said you had 2. Knock it off.
I'm just you totally just dissed on my John Anderson song.
I didn't diss on it. I like it
all over it. So did Kevin.
Yeah, sorry. I've tried it. I like it. It just I don't get a lot of It's just,
right.
No, but as far as John Anderson goes, that would be the song you would play by him, period.
So speaking of John, do you have one? Another 1 or 2?
More countries? Survival wise, you would have to have Boot Scootin' Boogie by Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because that just gets everybody up, and it's a hoedown. And for more newer stuff, or any actually, there's a new one that's hitting right now that's called "I Had Some Help." 2024, very very formulaic country.
Malone, ain't it?
Post Malone and somebody. Yeah, it might be Morgan Wallen. But
it's Morgan.
I like that one.
But that is a catchy one, and we'll play that after the show if you
don't know. It's very pop.
It's pop.
Yeah, I don't consider it country, although, but
yeah, I had some hail.
What's like Shabuzi? What is Shabuzi?
I don't know what the hell
it would work in the country crowd.
No, it would work. And he's got a track with Luke Bryan too. Post Malone is suddenly like gone all redneck. He's got like a country thing going.
I know hoedown means you're supposed to put your hoe down and go to the barn and dance. But every time I hear somebody say hoedown, I'm thinking a hooker tripped in Times Square. Like in the 70s. I don't know.
Not anymore. A kid going to a Disney show.
Hoedown. Get up.
Tourist fell.
Get up, B. All right.
Well, Eric. Since John, didn't Eric already go? Oh, I missed it.
Eric might have some more country. I don't know.
Well, go ahead, Jay.
I was going to say, because I wanted to follow John since he's got like the Boot Scootin' Boogie going.
Yeah.
And don't ask why I know this, but I play it all the time when I get the right crowd. We're going to go Watermelon Crawl by Tracy Byrd.
I love that song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then I'm going to keep the energy up, and I'm going to do I Like It by Tim McGraw.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Now, Eric was in thinking mode. I was watching his head go back and forth.
I saw the
He was cultivating an idea. I want to hear what it is.
I've got to take this job and shove it. Johnny.
Nice. Not recommended at company parties.
Yeah.
Johnny
I
Cage
do them
Jackson.
at company parties.
I used to.
And the second one, I'm going to go Dan Seal. Dan Seal's Bop. I want a bop with you, baby. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That early 90s dancing country stuff.
Yeah.
Dan Seals, as in England Dan from
Dan
England
Seals.
Dan and John Ford Coley.
Mm-hmm.
Same artist.
Dan Sills.
Exactly. Yeah. And then he kind of went to like the country in the 90s.
He's dead, I think.
Yeah, he's dead. He died of
No,
cancer.
but I'm talking back then.
Shortly after he did all that 90s country stuff.
Was it him or John Ford Coley that had the brother in Seals and Croft?
Well, Dan Seals' brothers in Seals. and
Dan
Croft.
Seals. Okay, Seals and Croft. It was Dan Seals.
Hello, McFly.
Yeah, I didn't
Anybody
pick up
home?
on the name.
K-Dog.
Yeah.
Country.
Okay. What are we doing? Just two?
Just that country song.
The stuff
If
you
got
always
one.
play.
You got one.
Country Girl, Shake It For Me.
Nice.
And then the other one I'll do Cotton Eye Joe.
All right.
Well, there you go. There's two that you must have in your country, Paul. Yeah.
Damon, you got any more hee-haw music for us?
I sure do. For this song alone, I would take this guy to any rap battle around, and that's Charlie Daniels. Devil Went Down the Jordan.
I almost said that Devil Went Down the Jordan.
He can move his words right along. He can with any rapper.
Yeah, he could
He
spit.
can spit bars.
He got bars. He got bars.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna drop the mic right there.
All right. We know Brian's out on this one.
No, I'll say one. I'll say
Oh,
one.
you got one? Okay.
You mentioned him. Somebody else mentioned him. I had the pleasure of opening up for this guy. I opened up for Tracy Byrd once in
Did you?
concert.
All
Yes, I
right.
did.
On.
Oh, wow. Good for you, man.
And
Wow.
Tracy Bird's other song was "Keeper of the Stars."
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful song.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Topped out of weddings.
That was
few
a
times.
biggie. That was a biggie. Back in the 90s.
I thought, John, you were going to go and give a little respect to 617 and do Mark Chestnut with the Aerosmith cover.
Oh, yeah. It was a Don't Wanna Miss a Thing he covered? He
Yeah,
did.
don't want to miss a thing.
Well, we had Jody Messina. She was from out here. I'm All Right. It's a good tune.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Oh,
no,
Jody
no-
Messina. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody said Wagon Wheel. How come nobody said?
Oh,
What's wrong
no.
with
We thought
Darius?
Damon was going to say him, but yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, gee,
No, man, I went with Elvira.
Oh, by the way, Damon, did you see my shirt I got on tonight?
Yes.
Detroit.
Nice.
There's a stain there. Is that from a Coney dog?
Hey.
I went to a cruise night. I was one of 3 cars.
Yeah, he almost came in third place,
my
but there was
Detroit
no
shirt.
Doug. Yeah.
Jay know what's up with the Coney dogs in
Oh,
Detroit.
hell yeah, I do. All American, baby. All American. Lafayette.
Yeah.
Did you
I'll
guys
meet
have
you at
fun?
Lafayette's.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, that was cool.
Did
Yeah,
you learn
that's
something?
Great, but you know what? Damon said country rap when he brought up Charlie Daniels. Right? He's right. Didn't you say that? Like rap
Yeah.
country? Yeah.
Well, no, I just
Take
said
him
Charlie
to any
You should
rap
say he's
battle.
got bars.
You got bars.
All right. But what immediately came to mind when he said it was Eddie Rabbit driving my life away.
Yeah.
That's all so rapid. Like,
That's got to be a hard karaoke song because that
Right,
just moves right
yeah.
along. There's like no space for air.
There's
Don't
nowhere
breathe.
to breathe.
I like
Yeah.
that
Right.
song.
yeah.
Every time somebody says first rap, I always think Reunion Life is a Rock, but the radio rolled me. That was fast.
That
Oh,
was
that was
pretty cool.
close.
But anyway, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Oh, sponsor.
Oh, yeah. Them guys. Sponsored. Brought to you by DJ Event Planner. Thank you, DJ Event Planner, for being one of our kind sponsors. And thank you to the crew here for reminding me to mention you. Check out DJ Event Planner as well as our other sponsors down here in the description of this video on YouTube.